Did you have a mentor in STEM now or in the past? And when did that mentor enter your life? And do you advise girls interested in STEM to find mentors?
Yes. So I definitely had a mentor, but it was not in the way that one might think, or it wasn't a very direct path to finding my mentor. When I was growing up, I didn't really necessarily feel like I was going to go into science, right? And then I ended up going into science from medicine. And so my path, like I had mentioned, was very it wasn't a very linear path. And I wasn't necessarily intentional in the very early stages. And something that I do recommend girls and everyone in their early stages of their career to do is to try to visualize, even if it's not a specific position or specific even field that you'd want to go into, it's to identify at least what you would like to accomplish, where you'd like to see yourself, how you'd like to feel, and then kind of go backwards and figure out how to get there and be intentional about it. And that's what I do now when I have the opportunity to mentor. But at that time, when I entered the lab, I didn't have a mentor, and the faculty advisor that I had was pretty busy. Was very, had lots of students, and so I didn't reach out to him in the mentorship capacity. But then, after I actually left my direct role in the lab, and I got my MBA and went into business. I came back to Caltech because of that thrill of discovery, actually. And so I really wanted to be at the forefront of research and at the forefront of discovery, even if I wasn't doing it physically in the lab. And so I had this amazing opportunity to meet Diane Newman, who really became my mentor. And she is a fantastic biologist. She is just so brilliant. She was able to make a transition from geology to biology and really bridge those disciplines, and has basically had a huge part in creating the field of geobiology. And so I really encourage everybody to look her up. And Diane was so instrumental for me to realize that I had less confidence than I should have. She really developed me to become really the person I am now. And so, to answer your question, I really do believe in mentors. I think that it's extremely important to ask for help, especially in early stages, but always. I ask for help all the time, now. And, I didn't find my mentor until later in my career, but I encourage all girls and all junior people to find someone you really feel is going to be supportive of you, and to do that as early as possible, and to not be afraid to ask questions, and to not be afraid to ask for help, because we have all been through that process, and we all understand that it's hard. It's hard growing up. It gets easier as you get more experience. And so most women in high level roles that I've reached out to have been really, really helpful. And even now, I reach out to potential mentors all the time. As the CEO of this company, I reach out to other women founders, and I ask them about their experiences, and often people are really back.
Oh, sorry. I think I accidentally paused that. My bad.
That's okay. That's okay.
Um, anyway, you were just repeat that last thing that you were saying about.
Yeah, I was just saying that it's really important to reach out to mentors, and that women, especially I think in high level roles, when they've sort of stood on the shoulders of giants, they also feel like they want to give back, and they want to support the junior generation. And oftentimes, younger people are shy and they don't have the confidence to reach out. But I really encourage you to, because even if you don't find somebody right away, trying to ask those questions is only going to make you better at asking for help. And that's really, that support system and building that community is really going to be instrumental.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think the thing you said earlier about, you know, mentors being young once, I think, and having the same experiences in the past that the people they are mentoring are having now, I think that's really important, because I think a lot of the time, even myself included, I put these people who are older than me and more experienced on such a high pedestal of, like, oh wow, they've done so much, they're so accomplished, I can never speak with them or have them talk with me. But I think that pushing past that and learning that well, at one point these people were exactly like me, they had a passion for STEM but they hadn't done anything with it, and just knowing that we were all the same at one point, and taking that and learning to push past boundaries and talk with them and make connections, I think that's really, really integral to finding mentors and to just developing in STEM. I think that's very, very important.